want to crack this thing open?
You know how like advent calendars for kids, those chocolate?
Yeah. Yep. We got one.
I'm like that with pumpkin pie.
No, it's my first Marvel movie. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, you got to see a Marvel movie in theaters." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll go see Spider-Man."
Maybe they should have been in there because I have some opinions on why Georgia is in the playoffs. They should not be in the playoffs.
Oh my god!
Why should
Not
they?
you.
They just lost.
Welcome to the Beer and Sports Podcast. I'm Josh Wingate, alongside with Josh Kimmel, OUS. I'm Josh Wingate, Josh Wingate 302. And we are running a little bit late today because that is my fault. But I will put some blame on Josh Kimmel just so I'm not bearing all that blame. He didn't do anything. But I am going to put a little blame on his shoulders that way. I'm just not carrying all of it because my shoulders aren't as big as his. I got to pump him up today because last week I threw him down. So now I got to pump him up and be like, his shoulders are bigger than mine. So he can bear more of that weight than I can.
Thank you, Josh. Listen, we got some problems over here. Kimmel household, we got some problems. Yeah. Gambling is now legal.
Oh, I know you were messaging me.
And I am displacing bets.
It seems like you're going smart about it, though. Not like all of it down.
No, I'm very cheap. I only bet just to bet. I have no reason to win money or trying to win. Viking rock and rock.
Yep.
So, for real, Josh, I have a parlay on college basketball tonight. I didn't know college basketball was on, and I'm betting college basketball.
You don't even like basketball,
but I got Pitt. I got screwed, man.
4.6%. Medium brown. It doesn't say ale. It just says medium brown premium beer.
There you go. Premium beer. Could be anything. Could be a porter. It could be a stout. It could be a lager because it's brown.
Tastes like like a dark lager.
Okay, good. I'm not drinking tonight. I'm staying because if I drink and I'm gambling, this gambling thing. Can you guys gamble in Delaware?
We can do parlays. We can't do any like straight up bets, but we can do parlays.
What do you mean parlays? Like
what you're doing?
Oh, I can straight bet too.
I have a straight bet.
Yeah, we could do it all, baby. But so I was winning. I know this is not going to turn into the gambling hour with Josh's, but I was gambling. I was doing my best with props because I don't think they're good at props. It was like Hawkinson 4.5 catches. That's an easy over. Come on. It was like Breece Hall 2.5 catches. Easy over. So I was hitting player props.
Yeah.
I was not hitting my parlays at all. Like not even close. But anyway.
But let's get into the real thing. If you listen to the intro video, we talked about advent calendars, pumpkin pie. It is that time of year now. We're dialing it back in. How excited are you for pumpkin pie season?
So excited that I haven't thought about it. I'm not gonna kid you. I was in the store and I saw pumpkin pie, didn't buy it, which normally I've had about I would have had slices. One. But this time I'm not gonna have multiple pieces, just gonna have one slice.
You're a Publix large,
medium, Green Wise. You can't get the store brand. You gotta get the Green Wise.
Okay.
Well, their organic brand, Publix. It's gonna be delicious. I can't wait. I'm excited for snack season, like candies out in jars. You just walk by and you grab a Snickers or whatever's in the candy.
Yeah,
that stuff doesn't exist. Not Christmas time.
That's like a grandparent thing, and it's like the hard candies that are in there. The ones with like the white with like the red stripes on them.
Not my house.
Like the orange stripes.
Not at Nana's house. Nana's house, it's the Twizzlers, the Dots, the gummy bears. Like you go to my brother's house right now.
Nana's house has some money.
Yeah, you go to my brother's house right now. He's got a bowl of Snickers in the middle of his.
True, you guys are just like rolling in the dough over there.
If you go to our house, you go to my kid's second drawer on the right. That's where she hides her candy. That's where when I go.
Not that you know, because it's hidden.
No, I would never know. If you heard my kid is very sick, very ill.
Yeah, I did hear
throwing up all day. Staying up from school. This has been a very awful day. Very, very hectic day over here. Also, stressful. The times have changed where the weather's changed. It's now 70 degrees outside. Very cold.
The good thing about your child is that he'll take medicine.
Yeah.
Mine will not. And she will fight you tooth or nail for medicine, and it just makes everything so much more difficult.
Parent hour. So listen, my kids, I'm trying to get him into taking cough drops, like kids cough drops.
Yeah.
He won't. He refuses. He's good with Mucinex. He's good with anything.
Really?
Yeah, but like cough drops, that's where he draws the line. He won't do
What
it.
What are those ones that we used to get as kids that are in like the white box and they were like cherry?
They're
that was-
lozenges.
Like basically candy.
Yeah, those were delicious.
Yeah.
They're lozenges.
Started him with those and then him to like the adult cough drops.
He's not having it, so he's coughing. He's just coughing. Man, it's been a bad day, but we're gonna get better.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about what we have going on in sports. In review, Miami had a bye week, so we don't have any of that to talk about this week. I'm pretty sure that they did have a bye week.
Yep, bye week.
But there's some big games out there. The Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens was a huge game. Did you get a chance to watch that game?
Yeah, I watched what was on Red Zone, and man, this was a typical old double switch. Lamar was firing on all cylinders in the first half. Deshaun Watson, I'm sitting there thinking, what is he doing? Does he even want to play football anymore? Does he even want to be out there anymore? And then, they went to half, and you thought it was over, and Deshaun just flipped that switch, and Lamar turned into postseason Lamar, and that was it. Like, that's just the truth. It was insane. What a turnaround. That was a crazy game.
Yeah, it was. And I follow and I'm friends with a bunch of people that are Ravens fans. And then my father-in-law is a Browns fan. So I always root for the Ravens when they play. No, I'm just kidding. I was shocked, to say the least, because Browns are beat up. Ravens are one of the best teams in football, or we thought they were going into the week, and they just collapsed. And this is a common thing for the Baltimore Ravens under John Harbaugh. They just go into the second quarter or second half and they just collapse. But the big thing that I noticed in that game was the Browns were never truly out of it. They kept chipping away, and kept the game somewhat reasonable until the second half when they caught back up. So it was a good game. I enjoyed it. And then we had a bunch of games over the yesterday, at least, that were very close. Carolina, Chicago, believe that came down to a field goal. The Cincinnati Houston game came down to a field goal.
That was game of the week. That was game of the week for me. I don't know about you guys.
Well, let's talk about that game real quick, because everyone said Cincinnati is the best team in football. They're going to win
that? Who said that?
Did you say that?
I said that.
Yeah,
I did. That's what I was.
But I've also heard that elsewhere. That if everyone had to put their money on who was going to win the Super Bowl, Cincinnati is it. And that's the thing. What's his name from Barstool?
People
said he put a bet in.
Did that. I didn't know he did that. By the way, I just want to clear my name. I don't follow Barstool. It's the worst place out there.
I know you don't.
But I will say this. My kid said he's hungry. Go downstairs and ask your mom then. What is this? Oh, I feel like a piece of shit now. No, son, go downstairs and tell your mother. Thank you. Gosh. Anyway, what was I getting? Yes, I didn't follow Barstool. I said that before, and now all my friends are like, "Oh, now are you out now because Portnoy is?" Who the fuck is this Portnoy guy? I don't even know his name. But here's the point: the Bengals were a team on the rise.
Yeah.
A team were they were a team that was looking to all put together. And all of a sudden, Chase has his back injury. Higgins is out because he's a baby back bitch. You got Joe Burrow becoming healthy again, but then their defense just so undisciplined.
Yeah.
That defense cost them the game because they're.
At what point do we stop blaming defenses and just say Houston is just good?
No, I'm not blaming the play of the defense. It's just the lack thereof of just keeping their head cool. Like they just many penalties to give that game away. But yes, Stroud is great.
Yeah.
Let's not talk like he's leveled up. He's a superstar.
And he's doing this with what at receiver? Noah
Oh,
Brown.
he's got studs out there. Noah Brown's a stud.
Is he?
Dude, he
I loved
bulldozed that
Noah
guy
Brown.
over.
I loved Noah Brown. I said that the Dallas Cowboys should have kept Noah Brown over Michael Gallup because he
Yeah.
would have been cheaper and he would have been just as productive. But Noah Brown's a 3-4 guy. And he's over
doing
here,
his job.
what, 7 catches, 170 yards? Like he's
2 games in a row.
yeah, like he's putting up basically CeeDee Lamb numbers right now.
Well, it's not going to last because Nico Collins will get back on the field. He missed last week and he was dinged up the week before. So that makes sense that Noah Brown stepped in. Noah Brown is the 4th option there. But he's doing it with Tank Dell, who's connecting that rookie-to-rookie vibe right there. I love to see that.
Yeah.
Then you have Robert Woods, the old veteran out there, making plays here and there, but not too much. But having that building a great room, I think that matters. You watch that team play and they're just having fun. There's like, hey, that's Tank, that's Noah Brown. Like we're all just having fun, learning together. Dalton Schultz, yeah, dude, he's a gamer. If they just had a better running back, which they have, whatever, running backs are a dime a dozen, but if they just had a better running back, Devin
Singletary, 30 for 150 yards.
I know.
And a touchdown, average 5 yards a carry.
Stupid.
Oh, if they just had a better running back.
Well, he didn't. What did he do the week before in Tampa Bay? Why don't you look that up? It was like 6 carries for 7 yards or some bull crap. He was awful. It was awful. I told people that don't start this man against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on OUS Fantasy. Catch us live Tuesdays, Wednesdays.
13 carries for 26 yards.
Yeah, trash.
So let me ask you this, and it's a little bit of a me thing. What are your thoughts on Dak Prescott? Because early on, I was all out on Dak Prescott.
we're going back to Dak. I've been on Dak since day one. Dak is he is Kirk Cousins. He is the Kirk Cousins. Him and Kirk are in the same quarterback class.
But you would say instead of like primetime games, it's Dak doesn't show up against top tier teams.
Yeah, I would say that. But when I compare him to Kirk, it's more like they put up baller numbers.
Yeah,
on a historic run this year too. Before he got hurt, they put up numbers, they put up stats when the games don't matter.
Dak is feeling himself right now. He is like
he is, but
pinpoint accuracy.
But Kirk Cousins was too. Tua was at 1.2. I feel like people like quarterback play or any kind of sport could be like a baseball, stretch where a hitter gets hot.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks can get hot, and we've seen it happen before with certain quarterbacks. Gardner Minshew gets hot and all of a sudden cools off. Justin Fields gets hot, cools off, man. I like to see it though. I love when Dak gets hot because he gets hot more consistently than other quarterbacks.
He's fun. Like he has fun out there. And
you hated him. You're such a
I never hated Dak. I hate that Dak doesn't show up against top tier competition. I think Dak is a good quarterback. I just don't know if Dak is the right quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, and that's still to be seen.
Doesn't it suck where most America, including probably yourself, you trust Brock Purdy in a playoff game over Dak Prescott?
I would put them equivalent.
No, more, but I'm saying most people would say, yeah, I would choose Brock Purdy in a playoff
Oh, most
game.
people will 100% because he's produced. He's won.
Right.
Dak hasn't.
But look at the quarterbacks. Now this can transition to the quarterbacks in the NFC, where you have Dak and Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts, the top of the chain, right? Then you have the Goffs and
where's Derek Carr fall in that? Like
no, below. But Derek Carr is a 0. He's like bottom of the list right now. He's can suck my nuts. That guy screwed me so hard this weekend. Man.
So in that situation where like we have Seattle,
Geno Smith,
Jared Goff, you already mentioned.
Yep, I mentioned Goff. So and Sam Howell, put him in there too.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler's up there in like that second tier. You can't really put him up there yet because we haven't seen Kyler really win. Like, when did we see Kyler ever win anything? When did he take a team to the playoffs and win in the playoffs?
How do we feel about this Falcons passing game?
Why are you everywhere right now?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the Arizona score, and I see that Taylor Heineke went 8 for 15 for 55 yards and a touchdown. And Desmond Ritter went 4 for 6 for 39 yards.
Let me tell you something. If I won the Powerball, if I won the most money in the world, I'd buy the Atlanta Falcons. And
Yeah.
I'd fire the entire or everyone.
Yeah.
Blow it up, start it over. And I would say, hey, give me the best offensive mind, period. Let them know that he has Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, and Drake London to work off of, and we'll get him a quarterback. Don't worry about it. That's what I would do. I just don't understand what this. Now they lost the game, so it's not like we can say, well, they're winning games. They're 4-6.
Do you know what'd
4
be
and 6.
scary? Do you know what'd be real scary? If they go into this draft, they're going to have a high draft pick, and they go out and get Brock Bowers, the Georgia tight end.
Stop it.
And finally put Kyle Pitts at receiver. Have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Brock Bowers,
You're
and
so
just
stupid.
go.
No, that's not what you do. You fire your head coach, and you get a coach that understands.
You're on awful.
Did he break? Did I break Josh? Did I break Josh? No, he's on mute and he doesn't even know it. He's muted and he don't even know it. He's a podcast host.
My microphone keeps messing up and I do not know why. And it's bothering me. $300 Shure microphone is messing up dramatically.
So that's what I would do. No, Josh, stop. Can't be drafting 3 tight ends. No, they need to get a new coach.
They don't even have a tight end on their roster right now.
Jonnu Smith is a tight end.
Oh, well, okay. They do have Jonnu Smith.
He's a better fantasy option than Mr. Kyle Pitts, which is ridiculous.
Kyle Pitts should be a X receiver. They have 2 X receivers. They need to go out and I need to look at their roster. But they need a slot guy. I can remake their entire.
Look at Josh going into rebuild mode.
Let me be the GM for just
he's gonna download Madden
I know, right?
Just to rebuild on his new computer.
Can I just go and they have 2 X receivers. They have they even have Van Jefferson.
Josh, when we did the All 22 Pro Fantasy League, who won the league? Who won the league? I just asked for a friend.
That thing was horseshit.
I still won.
It went off of PFF, which we all know PFF stinks. But they don't have that true slot guy that they can move around. They have Van Jefferson. They're just trying to have 2 big guys and go. Drake London. They need to have Kyle Pitts at the other receiver. They need to go out. They have Scotty Miller, which I do like, but he's not that great. They need to go get a quarterback. That's the first thing they need to do. But go out there and get Brock.
No, do not get Brock Bowers. Do not. That'd be such a waste of a pick.
Are you kidding me? Brock Bowers might be the greatest college tight end of all time.
Yeah, every single draft has the greatest of all time, the greatest of all time, greatest of all time. At the end of the day, they're all football players, and they get into the league, and he's just Brock Bowers at some point.
No, he's not just going to be Brock Bowers.
I know. Listen, I think he's special too. I think he is, but let's not blow him out of this. We make these college kids some Superman, can't fail, right? But then when they become average players, or just when they become, look at Javane, Clowney. Clowney was coming out of the draft because of that one tackle in the Outback Bowl, and people are like, "Whoa!"
Well, Brock Bowers just doesn't have that one thing.
But what I'm saying is, but then all of a sudden he gets drafted into the league super high. He has a really, really, really good career, but people still look at him as a downfall or a disappointment because he didn't make splash plays 24/7 because he wasn't a Greek god. He was still do you believe Clowney was a very, very, very good player and still is?
Yeah, definitely.
But do you think he's listed down as a disappointment?
For where he got drafted, yeah.
Because of all the hype, because of the hype videos, and he had that one tackle that made the guy's helmet fall off, and even I remember that.
Here's the difference. Brock Bowers is a receiver. He's a tight end. He blocks like a tight end. He also takes end arounds, 40 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah,
he is an absolute freak. He's going to break the record for the most touchdowns by a tight end in the NFL or in NCAA. He's good, and he high points the ball really well. So
I know.
take that what you will.
I know.
If I was the Falcons, and I don't know what quarterbacks are going to be out there in the free agency world. If you're able to get a quarterback in free agency that is a veteran, that you have faith in, maybe Josh Dobbs becomes a free agent. I don't know. Go out and get a Josh Dobbs, and then go get a Brock Bowers, and because that guy's earned he's earned money. He's getting paid somewhere, and I don't know if it's going to be Minnesota, but he's getting paid.
That's a good question. Where do you think Josh Dobbs should get paid? Because he should not be a backup.
No, he's earned money.
You look at the teams needing a quarterback next season, you got to think the Raiders, got to think possibly Denver. I don't know how that situation is going to be with Russell Wilson. I have no idea of the contract or anything. I'm just thinking outside the box because Russell Wilson's been asked, let's be honest.
Yep.
Thinking possibly, Minnesota. Minnesota's going to need a quarterback.
Yeah. But are they going to be willing to move on from Kirk
From
Cousins?
what? Isn't Kirk wasn't he supposed to be walking anyway, an unrestricted free agent? I don't
Is
think
he?
he even.
I thought they were going to bring him back.
I don't know. I don't know the rumors. I thought they were getting rid of him. I thought this was his final season there with Minnesota. That's what was my understanding.
I wouldn't go to Chicago.
No, can't go to Chicago. No one's going to Chicago.
You have, as you said, the Raiders.
Here's an interesting
potentially Denver.
Here's an interesting one. New England.
Yeah, you have New England. I don't know how that would play out. Because
how fun would that be?
Rumors are Bill Belichick is out as head coach at the end of the year. So what situation are you going into? You don't know. Aaron Rodgers, is he going to play for the Jets next year? Because that's a good situation for Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, I think if the Jets wanted Josh Dobbs, they would have traded for him, but they kind of realized that.
Did they even look to trade for him?
I don't know. That's a dumbass organization.
The Rams? How much longer does Matthew Stafford have?
Yeah, but I think the Rams are. Yeah, that would be a perfect spot for them, to be honest with you. Josh Dobbs would be good. Josh Dobbs is going to be good anywhere he goes. He's just so smart.
Yeah, he proved that. He doesn't even have to practice with the guys. He's going to go in there and produce. And he's impressed me. He really has. I've always called him Jimmy Neutron because he's got a huge head.
Where did he come from? Where did he come from?
Where did he go?
Where was he a backup? Who drafted
Pittsburgh.
him? Who? So, that's right. He was on the Steelers.
Yep, and just sat, and they went with their other boy that likes to smash people with helmets, and just moved on for Josh
Rudolph.
Dobbs.
They went Mason
instead
Rudolph.
of Josh Dobbs, and then went and drafted. How do you feel if you're Pittsburgh right now? Are you sticking with Kenny Pickett, or you're like, if Josh Dobbs is out there, I might want to bring him back?
I think you have to give Pickett.
Do you?
One more year? I don't see. People are into that stuff.
For what?
Here's what I believe. Here's what I truly believe. If the kid or the guy doesn't have it, he doesn't have it, and you need to cut ties immediately. Like I like what Josh Rosen and the Cardinals did. Cut ties immediately. Went straight to Kyler. They weren't afraid to do it, and it was actually the right decision. More teams, like the Jets, should have done it with Zach Wilson. They should have just done it right off the bat, not played this 2-year thing. That was ridiculous. Kenny Pickett just doesn't have it. Jordan Love doesn't have it. Cut ties. Get rid of him. You just know when you know. Yeah. And people
100%.
waste time. Oh, I could fix this guy. No, you can't fix it. He's not going to work. If the viewers know, if we know Mitchell Trubisky's not going to work, how do the coaches not know? That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Because they have to make it seem like they're going to make it work because that's why they're the head coach there, and that's why you got to keep me around. But yeah, I think you move on from Kenny. If Josh Dobbs is available, you're kicking yourself one because you let Josh Dobbs go and you drafted Kenny Pickett in the first round. But I think you move on. You might Josh Dobbs has become a premium quarterback in free agency.
Yeah, He's going to demand some money. He's going to get a really good contract. He's
He
gonna get
was
paid.
not on a team for half the season last year. And then Tennessee picked him up and he played well. And then he got another spot, Arizona. Now he's in Minnesota. Like, he's done something. And what is wrong with the NFL? Do not notice this.
Oh, they notice now because he's going to get a movie. He's going to get a Disney movie guaranteed. He's going to
Disney
get
movie. Is it going to be? It's going to be a cartoon, or is it going to be?
no. It's
He
going to
seems
be
like a cartoon movie kind of guy, right?
no. He's going to be live action. Live action. The guy from Radio is going to play him. No, I don't know. I think he's going to get Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
I don't know.
Jeez.
Remember him? It was cool.
Yeah, I don't think he's tall enough.
Yeah, just so I think he's gonna get a movie. He's gonna get a like Sean Payton got a movie. Why isn't Josh Dobbs? It's a better story.
Sean Payton was played by what's his name?
Yeah, Kevin James.
Yeah, Kevin James.
I do think he's gonna deserve money, and I think Josh Dobbs is gonna be one of the rare occasions where he doesn't just flop. He's actually gonna do well and play well, but he's never gonna be elite.
He's kind of like falling in that Geno Smith role of like, hey, you didn't notice me. I'm actually pretty good, and I've sat and learned. I'm just going to do my job, and I'm going to do it well, and I'm going to take advantage of opportunities.
Geno's been bad this year, though. Yeah, Geno's been very bad this year.
We anticipated that.
It sucks. It sucks.
He threw the. Didn't we talk about this? Him and Josh Allen threw the most interception worthy balls last year.
Are you just making fun of me now?
No, I think it's an actual stat.
I know. I've said it 10 million times, and I make the joke that he was drinking the luck juice potion from Harry Potter, and you guys are like, we don't watch Harry Potter, and I'm like, oh well, he was drinking it last year, and then you guys are like, oh, we don't watch Harry Potter.
You guys are just me.
No, Dave was there too.
Oh, okay.
You were on the podcast too.
No, I do think it's like ever since you brought that to my attention, I've paid attention to that. Josh Allen, he's
big time
thrown how many picks this year?
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many, man.
So
he's turning the ball over. I mean, I'm watching the game right now. I think the Bills are winning because they scored a defensive touchdown, but the Bills offense isn't humming. I could be wrong. I'm half paying attention.
If it's so happy right now, if that's true.
Is it? Is she playing against Josh Allen in fantasy?
Oh, they don't have it. No, she has Buffalo's defense, but
oh yeah, I think Buffalo's defense scored a touchdown. Buffalo's losing?
Yeah, I think it's 3-0. Unless it's not updating on my end.
I saw a touchdown, and some defensive players were doing some dancing. Unless it got turned back, because I told you I've been half watching. Yeah, it must have got
turned back. It's 3-0 right now. Almost towards the end of the quarter. Denver is up 3-0.
Wow. See, the Bills are trash, man. The Bills, why can't the Bills play? Why can't the Dolphins play like this against the Bills? Why can't the Dolphins play like this against any good team?
James
a whole new
fumble. He's seeing that. And that might have been the play that you saw, which was recovered at the 28 by Denver. And then we have a field goal by Denver, and then Josh Allen. What do you know? Threw an interception.
What do you know? People are going to put him in the MVP vote, no matter what.
No way,
dude. He's still up there. Let me ask you this: you said Lamar was the MVP. What are you feeling about that now? Because he doesn't look very MVP-ish, looking like a bum getting ran up on by Deshaun Watson.
I think right now we're looking at and. Like Patrick Mahomes is the number one MVP, but is he really? He's played like trash in a lot of these games, and they still come away to win.
Just like Trevor Lawrence played like trash too against the 49ers, but we're not going to talk about Lawrence this week, unfortunately. I just wanted to rub that out there because some people told me this upset was going to come, and the 49ers have lost 3 in a row. They're not that good. And I was like, they're still the same old 49ers. Sorry, Brock Purdy was like hurt those games.
Who's the MVP in your eyes right now in the NFL?
It's tough, man, because we started with Tua, then we went over to Lamar. Now we're on the Stroud thing. People are saying Stroud's the MVP, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. But if you had to put it on somebody, anybody, still CMC.
What about Dak?
I knew you were gonna say Dak.
I'm just
I knew you're-
wondering. What about Dak?
What about Dak? What has he
Where-
done? Let me ask you this: What is he like without that defense in the first 3 games? You didn't need Dak. What up, Hunter? On that losing streak, Dak was bad. You even said it yourself. Dak
Yeah.
just not good. And now all of a sudden, Dak plays some cake teams and he's a god again. I don't think that's how it works.
I think the offense is coming,
Let me put it to you this way:
but it's not
Tua-
like
if
he
Tua
played
comes out of the
cake
bye,
team.
if Tua comes out of the bye and throws for 5 touchdowns, he's not jumping back up to number 1
He
because
is 100%. He is.
he wouldn't to me.
Well, in the media's eyes, yes, he will. But right now, the last 3 games, Dak Prescott threw for 304 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Rams. He then played the Eagles, threw for 374 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then he played the Giants, which that would be the one cake team that you're talking about. Threw for 404 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Why can't CMC beat the MVP?
I think he could. It's just we know how that works, and running backs don't win MVPs.
It's been a while since one has. Adrian Peterson was the last to do it, I believe.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree. CMC he's a monster. So yeah, I think he very well could win MVP. Do you know who
Well-
I would call for MVP?
What about golf?
Yeah, golf is up there too, but it's golf.
Oh, you were going
Um,
to say golf? Did I spoil
no.
it before you said it?
No, I was going to say Trent Williams. I think
mean,
out
yeah.
of all the players on that team, Trent Williams is the most needed player on that offense.
Which is wild. You could tell a difference.
Yeah,
Off the bat.
100%.
I was watching that game, like, you could tell a difference.
So I think you could very well have Trent Williams be the MVP, and I would be all for that. 100%. I'd be like, let's go. Left tackle won an MVP in the National Football League.
I'm curious to see golf stats. I haven't really looked at golf stats. People always talk
Yeah.
about stats. If they want to talk about stats, but don't bring up Jared Goff, I'm sure he has some good stats. Amon Ross, St. Brown's a baller. They have a good offense. But I don't know I wouldn't know it compared to Dak. I don't have that in front of me. What does Dak have, yardage wise overall?
Dak yardage wise, he has 2,400 yards,
All right, he's got him
Um,
by 300.
17 touchdowns,
Oh shit, he's got more than. Wait, yeah, Golf only has 12.
and 6 interceptions.
I can't see the interceptions.
What is
I'm on a
golf's
fantasy site.
completion percentage?
68.3.
Dax is 70.7.
Yeah, Golf is a chump. What am I thinking? What a chump. He's a nobody.
But yeah,
What about Howell? Oh, Howell. Let's look up Sam Howell.
This
Because
is
that Howell,
fun
remember that?
because someone like honestly, if you watch these games and just don't look at the numbers, like I would say, yeah, Jared Goff could be the MVP.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I'm bringing up Sam Howell to make fun of this argument where stats matter. Not that you are standing behind your stats matter thing. It's just Sam Howell has more passing yards than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, for sure. But if you watch these games, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is MVP. I think right now you're looking at I think Tua's still up there. He had a bad couple games. But I think he's still up there. Like even currently, Tua has 2,600 yards, 69.5 completion percentage, 19 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. That's not
I
bad.
took the under on interceptions at 10.5. Tua, the freak, man. The freak.
Yeah, I think right now we're looking at Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, Tua, and Dak Prescott. Where do you stand on Jalen Hurts as MVP?
Man. Yes, he deserves to be up there. What are we talking here? Yes, he's not like as great as everyone says he is, and he struggles with seeing the field sometimes, in my opinion, making reads. But yes, he should be an MVP.
Yeah.
That guy's a difference maker. Without him, the team doesn't run. What do you think about? I'm not kidding when I say this. What do you think about a defensive player winning MVP? Is the Michael Parsons thing has fallen off a little bit? Is there another
Yeah.
defensive player that is more?
I mean, yeah.
Because I
Miles
don't.
Garrett.
Yes, Myles Garrett. I couldn't think of his name. So I was trying. I'm like, he plays for the Browns. He's a badass. Changes games.
At the same time, like we're talking about that, but what about Tyreek Hill?
Of course, he
Tyreek
is.
Hill is
Is he the
maybe
reason
the
why
most.
Tua?
Tyreek Hill and CMC are probably the two most dominant offensive players in the league right now.
And Noah Brown. no, yeah, you're right. Those two guys. I mean, Kamara's been a beast too, though. He's been very good. He's just going unnoticed. He's putting up CMC numbers and no one notices. That's
Alvin
true.
Kamara.
Yeah,
Oh, if only he was on a fantasy team.
he's not.
If
on my
only
fantasy
someone,
teams.
if only someone had Alvin Kamara, CMC on their fantasy team.
He's not on my fantasy teams. I'm not doing well.
Yeah, but you
No.
would take your running backs over mine. So whatever. It's no
I would
big
take
deal.
I would take Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs over. Did you see what Did you see what happened in Germany?
No,
Oh, you didn't watch the game?
I did not have a child on Sunday. We went over to my father-in-law's and my daughter was like, I want to spend the night. And it was the first time she ever said that. And we're like, okay, peace out. We left, let her spend the night. And we did not have a daughter. So went to bed and slept in.
Slept in
I'm just
past
saying.
9:30.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I will say, you said you would take your running backs over mine. And we have to end on this. Christian
fine.
McCaffrey, Jahmyr Gibbs, Alvin Kamara, Gus Edwards, and Kyron Williams.
So those are your running backs. What league
Yeah.
are we talking here, though? What league are we talking?
In mine, it's a half-point PPR.
So you have CMC.
CMC,
Uh huh.
Jahmyr Gibbs, Alvin Kamara, Kyron Williams,
Aaron Williams. Okay.
and Gus Edwards.
Enough said. Here's the guys that we're putting mine against because I have added CMC to this roster. So I have CMC,
Okay.
Josh Jacobs,
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams. You can't beat that. I'm so sorry, Josh.
Are you kidding me?
You can't beat that.
You're saying mine is not beating yours?
No, there's no way because CMC they boom.
Yeah, they cross off.
Cross off.
What did
So
you
then-
just say earlier in the show that made me bring this up?
Well,
Alvin
Who's it?
Kamara is pretty much playing like CMC.
so Kamara can wipe out Taylor
No.
or Jacobs. Or Jacobs. Which one do you want to wipe
Which
off?
one's putting up more numbers?
Jacobs is putting up baller numbers. I'll tell
Is
you that
he?
right now. Yeah, he is. He is.
There's no way Jacobs is putting up all our numbers.
Yeah, he is. And so is JT.
No, he's
been
not. You
Yeah, he
literally put a post up today about, oh my God, look at this.
Well,
He
because
had-
they gave him 9 carries in the first drive and then 9 in the rest of the game. It was super annoying. But yes, my guys are better than your guys, Josh. It's just a fact of life.
No, no,
I
they're
don't.
not.
Do you want me to break down the damn charts of the points per game
Yeah,
average?
I would love.
You're talking
Right?
Kyron Williams. You're talking Jahmyr Gibbs, who doesn't get the ball. David Montgomery. He's not even the best running back on his team. David Montgomery is. I'm talking Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, you're
Jonathan-
talking. So you're talking Josh Jacobs. I'm talking. I know you're messing with me right now. Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes, he's
I would
throwing up numbers. I would say
I would take
Jonathan
Jacobs.
Taylor and Jahmyr Gibbs cross each other off right now. If not,
Okay.
I would give Jahmyr Gibbs the edge right now.
No way. No
Yeah.
way.
Oh, geez. Now you're just messing with me. I can't stand you. Make sure to not watch OUS fantasy football on, was it Wednesday night?
It's Tuesday at
Tuesday.
noon tomorrow. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. We got a Friday show at noon. And I'm here on Thursdays as well pretty soon.
Yeah. Wrestling?
Yes.
No. What's it called again?
We're not gonna. It's not announcing yet. Just
Oh.
know that there's gonna be a wrestling show back on this network.
Okay. I'd love to hear it. But anyway, we are at the top of the hour. I apologize for being late, but we threw We still threw in our time.
I podcast 5 days a week now.
I know.
I
You're
am
crazy.
so tired.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I told Justin, I said, I'm not doing another show on OUS unless it's during work hours because I can't take any more time away from my goddamn family.
Yeah.
Sorry for cursing.
No, you're good. But anyway, make sure to follow and like and subscribe. Make sure to pay attention after our show and go to YouTube for Finn's Talk Sports Network and watch the East 10th Street Boys that come on after this. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Beer and Sports Podcast, Mugs and Balls, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Finn's Talk Sports on all the same networks. Last words for us, Kimmel.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor does not cross off Jahmyr Gibbs. That is final.
You don't even
Suck
know what you're
it.
talking about. How do you even have a fantasy podcast?